Hello, here's the news at this hour on Tstv. I am Mobola Badekale. Here are some major headlines. INEC to meet stakeholders in outstanding by-elections. Oyo releases list of 5,000 teachers. Sudan closes border with Ethiopia, and in the water sports, Ronaldo to make Portugal return against France and Croatia. And now, the news in details. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, said it would commence consultation with stakeholders by November 10th to decide the new date for the conduct of the 15 outstanding by-elections. The Commission disclosed this in a statement issued by the National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Mr. Festus Okoye, in Abuja on Thursday. It was reported that INEC earlier fixed October 31st for the conduct of the 15 outstanding by-elections in 11 states, while on October 22nd, it announced the postponement of the by-elections due to the security situation in the country at that time. The Commission, however, said after its meeting with resident electoral commissioners that it suspended the by-elections and pledged to meet in 2 weeks to review its decision. Okoye, however, appealed to all stakeholders to continue to cooperate with the Commission in its efforts to conduct credible elections under a safe and conducive environment. The federal government plans to establish solid mineral processing hubs in the 6th geopolitical zone of the country. While speaking at the 2020 Nigeria Mining Week, the Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamilekan Adegbite, said the hubs would be sited close to the locations of artisanal miners. According to him, the ministry will consult with artisanal miner groups to understand their need and reach a consensus on the type of processing hub they require, noting that small-scale mining in Nigeria constituted between 85% and 90% of the mining activities in the country. He, however, stated that artisanal miners needed to be encouraged to create employment and wealth for the country rather than classifying them as illegal, saying it would be better to bring them together and provide incentives for them to thrive. Oyo State government will today release the list of 5,000 successful candidates for teaching positions in secondary schools. The executive chairman, Oyo State Teaching Service Commission, TESCOM, Pastor Alamu Akiade, disclosed this on Thursday in an interview with newsmen, adding that the process, which began a few months ago, had been completed for teaching staff applicants. Alamu said Governor Seyi Makinde has granted approval for appointment of 5,000 successful candidates who have been interviewed after scaling through written tests. He said the list of candidates will be uploaded on TESCOM recruitment portal from today, while letters of appointment will be issued from next week. The Oyo State House of Assembly has moved to ensure stiff penalties for human trafficking offenders and tourism and hospitality operators who indulge in selling banned drugs or drugs-related drinks in the state. The penalties contained in a bill, Oyo State Tourism and Hospitality Bill 2020, which was passed into law by the State Assembly. The bill, which proposed 10 million fine or 5 years jail term or both for the human trafficking offenders, was passed into law by the Speaker, Honorable Adebo Ogundoyin, after clause-by-clause consideration at the Committee of the Whole House during the plenary on Tuesday. The lawmaker established that the bill will give legal backings to Tourism and Hospitality Board monitor the activities of operators by ensuring operation that is in line with international best practices. The news on T-Solid will be back right after this. Welcome back, and now to some foreign stories. Sudan has closed its border between its eastern Kassala state and Ethiopia following rising tensions between Ethiopian federal authorities and the Tigray region. The announcement was made by Governor Fatih Al-Rahman Al-Amin, who said the border will remain closed until further notice. The governor said he would travel to Wad al-Helu, a village in Kassala state bordering Ethiopia and Eritrea, to assess the situation, stressed that Sudanese authorities would not allow any individual or groups to enter the state with weapons. He added that a committee will also be formed to look into to deal with civilians who may seek refuge in Sudanese territory. The Embassy of China and Consulate in Nigeria has announced in a public notice on Thursday that it will no longer issue certified health declaration form for non-Chinese nationals in the country, stating that holders of diplomatic passports, courtesy, or C visas would not be affected by the regulation. The notice stated that the suspension was due to an evaluation of COVID-19 pandemic in the said country. The statement added that due to the COVID-19 pandemic, China has decided to temporarily suspend entry into China by non-Chinese nationals in Nigeria holding visas or resident permits still valid at the time of this announcement. It added that the Chinese Embassy and Consulate in Nigeria will no longer issue a certified health declaration form for Nigerians, while also foreign nationals visiting on emergency have to apply at the Chinese Embassy or Consulate, and those issued visas after November 3rd are exempted. And out of the exciting world of sport, Cristiano Ronaldo was yesterday named in the Portugal squad to play a friendly against Andorra and Nations League matches against France and Croatia. The 35-year-old, who finally tested negative 19 days later, returned to the pitch with a double for Juventus against Spezia in Serie A action on Sunday, and has also played in Juve's 4-1 victory over Ferencváros in Champions League on Wednesday. However, reigning European champions Portugal take on Andorra on Wednesday before Nations League A3 matches at home against France, and on November 14th and away to Croatia 3 days later. Manchester City bid to regain the Premier League title faces a defining moment against leaders Liverpool this weekend, while Ole Gunnar Solskjaer fights to silence the critics as troubled Manchester United take on Everton. City already 5 points behind Liverpool, albeit with a game in hand, and cannot afford to lose to the champions at the Etihad Stadium on Sunday, while Pep Guardiola's side have allowed Liverpool to steal a march on them after winning just 3 of their first 6 league games. Although City have won 5 of their last 6 games in all competitions, including a midweek Champions League success against Olympiacos, while they remain some way short of their peak form. Meanwhile, City has made a spluttering start, and Liverpool appeared back to their best despite the absence of key defender Virgil van Dijk. And with that, we come to the end of the news. Here is a recap of the major headlines. INEC to meet stakeholders on outstanding by-elections. Oyo releases list of 5,000 teachers. Sudan closes border with Ethiopia, and in the world of sports, you heard Ronaldo to make Portugal return against France and Croatia. Please do not forget to always adhere to COVID-19 safety measures. The news was compiled by Hope Chijioke. I am Mobola Batekale. Good day, and thank you for watching.